Hello, hello. Welcome back to the podcast. This is Haley Sohn, nutritionist and weight loss expert, and you are listening to Weight Loss Without Dieting. And today we're talking about the five habits that I'm going to impart to you to help you lose 30 pounds without dieting. So, if you hadn't already figured it out, this podcast is all about losing weight without dieting. So, we don't talk about any of those traditional diet methods of counting calories and cutting out foods you like or restricting yourself until you're absolutely miserable and then you gain all the weight back and then some. We talk about real life lasting habit changes that you can implement just by listening to this podcast. Um, that's what I focus on with all of my clients, and I have an extremely high success rate of helping people not only hit their weight loss goals, but hit it in a way that they love. I get to live my life and lose weight. I get to travel and lose weight. I get to enjoy foods that I like and weigh what I want. And we learn how to have those really like healthy, and I say healthy from like a mental health standpoint, habits around food where we're not obsessing about it, we're not thinking about it all the time. We just feel calm and confident around it, and we get to make food choices that we love, whether it's an indulgence or something that's makes us feel really energized and able to tackle our busy day. So that's what we're all about here on this show. And today's episode is going to be no different. So, we're going to dive right in because I don't have any other stories for you right now, other than I am 7.5 months pregnant, I think. And just talking on this podcast is making me out of breath. Oh my goodness. The last couple episodes I've done have been like walk and talk, so I've taken you out on a walk with me, and when I listen back to those, I'm like, whew, I am huffing and puffing. It's borderline embarrassing. But the wonderful part about being pregnant for me is, well, there's so many wonderful parts about it. But right now, especially as I kind of like get into third trimester and get really close to the due date, I'm thinking about my weight loss journey after I have the baby, which last time was so fun. And I absolutely loved like every minute of it. And I can't wait to get back there. Obviously, it's going to be different. This is my second, and I have a toddler. So she's not even two, she won't be two still when I have this baby. It's going to be interesting, but I think it's going to be one of those lessons learned, and I'm going to have a lot to share with you and help you with the second time around. And I'm just really excited. It's such a like you just learn so much about your body and what you're capable of physically as a woman. It's wild. It is wild what our bodies can do. It's just crazy. And it's so cool. What an experience. Okay, anyways, I'm really out of breath from that soapbox, you guys. Okay. So, first habit to lose 30 pounds without dieting. First, planning your day of meals first thing in the morning or kind of at the beginning of the week helps you stay really present with your food choices. So, when I say this, I don't mean planning from this perfectionist side of like, I'm only going to have 500 calories and it's going to be super healthy and clean, or I'm only going to have protein shakes. All the things that I used to do as a nutritionist when I was trying to lose weight, and that my clients come to me and say, "Oh, you know, these are the things that these restrictions that I like try to impart on myself in order to lose weight." And they always end up backfiring. That's not what I mean at all. What I mean is thinking it through. What does my day look like? How do I want to feel after lunch? How do I want to feel before lunch? How hungry do I want to be before I eat? What is my dinner plan? Are we going out to dinner? If we're going out to dinner, what are some options that I might like at the restaurant? We're eating at home. What will we be making? Like thinking these things through, asking yourself good questions. We're not putting ridiculous restrictions on yourself. You're asking yourself some good, helpful questions so that you can mentally like visualize yourself in those situations winning. And then, secondly, am I going to have an indulgence today? And what's that going to be? And how am I going to enjoy it? Because a lot of times when we go into planning with this perfectionist mindset and we say, I'm only going to have 500 calories today, blah, blah, blah. By the end of the day, we are overeating. We're super hungry. We haven't had enough for the day. And we're also really in that restriction mindset. And so we just start overeating whatever's, closest, whatever we can reach, basically. We don't want to get to that point. We want to think these things through logically from the point of view of what's going to help me feel good today, and then make our choices. And also, what are the indulgences? Instead of telling yourself you're going to be perfect and like getting super hungry and then self sabotaging, we're making good decisions ahead of time. And then in the moment, if we want to self sabotage, then we work through that in that moment. Okay, number two, drinking water. I'm sure this is one of the most boring tips I've ever given on this podcast, but I'm going to say this. So, when you wake up, you are super dehydrated. Like you're just from sleeping through the night and like respirating all of that water, and your body goes through so many processes at night that it uses water for. And not to mention you're not drinking while you're asleep. You're very dehydrated when you wake up, and usually beyond the thirst mechanism. So we're dehydrated to the point where we don't feel thirsty necessarily. Sometimes we have false hunger signals, which is part of that thirst mechanism first thing when we wake up. But water for so many reasons first thing in the morning is so crucial. By the way, you cannot burn fat. You can't get into the fat burning cycle if you're not properly hydrated. So, drinking a big glass of water first thing when you wake up and waiting. Just hang out. Wait 15, 20 minutes, see how you feel. If you were experiencing hunger pangs when you first woke up and you have that glass of water, they might be completely gone by 15 to 20 minutes. But that is crucial. That's going to just set your day up to be a success, is drinking water first thing in the morning. Some people ask about electrolytes, all that. You can absolutely add some Himalayan pink sea salt. You can add some lemon juice. Those are both going to help with that. Another one of my favorites is Beam, BEAM minerals, and it's called, they have two main products. There's a green one and a blue one. It's the blue one if you go to their website, Beam Minerals. And it is basically a mineral electrolyte drink, but you can add it to your water first thing in the morning. And I drink that every day. Absolutely love it. So, so helpful. So that's what I would recommend if you're looking for electrolytes. But just drinking water first thing in the morning, that habit right there will set you up for success. Okay, number three. This is what I call fatted fasting. And this trick helps to balance hunger hormones so that you're not getting false hunger throughout the day. And additionally, it's going to just reduce your hunger overall. So once my clients start doing this, not only do they have fewer cravings, but they have a lot less hunger in general, no matter what time of day it is. And then when I talked about, oh, that was the last episode. Um, a lot of my clients come to me and they're experiencing, they don't realize that this was what it is, but these insulin imbalances. So if they eat something sweet or if they miss a meal, their insulin is getting way out of whack. They're getting headaches, they're getting super tired, they're experiencing really intense hunger pangs, they are having a lot of cravings for more sweet things. And this fatted fasting trick helps to balance that out over time. It does take a little bit of time because insulin takes some time to kind of get regulated, but this trick will help to regulate your insulin. I have clients who do this and they're like, I don't experience sweets the same that I did. I don't get headaches. I don't get the really intense hunger and cravings afterwards. And in general, I don't want to eat them. Like I realize that they don't make me feel good and I genuinely just don't care to eat them as much as I did before, which is what we want. That and that also means that your insulin's balanced. So fatted fasting is adding some fat to your I add it to my coffee, but just ingesting some sort of fat first thing in the morning on an empty stomach before you eat anything and waiting to eat until you feel hungry. So I do about 2 tablespoons of coconut oil or really high quality butter like ghee first thing in the morning and I put it in my coffee. You can also just take tablespoons of it. You can just eat it off the spoon, whichever you prefer. If you're doing like olive oil, you can drink it. However, you want to ingest that is fine, but you're going to take that in first thing in the morning and you're not going to have anything else. So you're not having a sweetened coffee with it. You're not having a glass of milk. You're not having a protein shake. You are literally just having that fat and then you're waiting until you get hungry. And the interesting thing about this is people who religiously eat, 3 meals a day, multiple snacks a day, when I tell them to do this, they're like, the craziest thing is that I didn't get hungry until like 6 o'clock at night. I experienced like no hunger. I forgot about food. I forgot to eat. I had no sweet cravings. Like it's crazy how effective this is. So I do that every single day, even when I'm pregnant. I still do this, and it is so helpful. This is one of my clients' favorite just simple tips that I give them that is extremely effective for their weight loss journey. Number 4, start listening. Start listening to your body. We are all born with an internal mechanism to tell us how much to eat, what to eat, and when to keep our weight on point for the rest of our lives. But we are socialized. There's other factors in this system kind of going to shit. But one of the main things is we're socialized out of it. We are put from a very early age on a schedule. Basically, think about going to school. It's like this, now it's time to eat. Now it's snack time. Now it's lunchtime. Finish your food. If you don't finish your food, you're gonna have to throw it away and you're not gonna get to eat again until, the next snack time, which is not gonna be for another couple hours. And then you won't like we get put on these schedules that are externally telling us when and what to eat and how much. And we just stop being able to listen to what our bodies are telling us. But really, what I teach all of my clients, so this is like when I talk about we're losing weight without dieting, I'm not placing an external restriction on you for how much to eat and when. I'm saying I'm reteaching you how to listen to your body's own guide navigation system for how much to eat and when. And we really do need to be retaught it. We forget. We don't even know what it is anymore. So, but once you're retaught that and you can use that as your guide, it gets really easy. Because all you have to do is like ask yourself a couple of simple questions before you eat. And it's like, oh, yeah, this is where my body is and where it wants to be food wise today. And once we are simply eating for that reason, the weight comes off and it never comes back because we've realigned ourselves with that internal navigation. And it's so, so simple. So listening, start listening. asking yourself good questions. And that's when the weight comes off and you can keep it off effortlessly without dieting, without restricting, without all these crazy external rules about what you can and can't eat. And number 5, focus on your mindset. Your mindset is why you're self sabotaging. It's why you feel stuck where you are. It is why you feel unmotivated. It's why you feel frustrated. And it's also the secret to feeling the way you want to feel around food. Most of us want to feel free around food. So I can have an indulgence or not. I can just basically live my life. I'm not obsessing about food. I'm not thinking about it. It's not this huge like distraction in my mind. And I feel calm and confident around food. That's what most of us want. That is also coming from your mindset, how you're thinking. So, focusing on that piece is crucial to getting where you want to be. If you are frustrated and unmotivated and feeling stuck, focusing on your mindset is what will get you to feeling confident, calm, and free around food. Okay? That's what I've got for you today. Just a reminder, I offer free weight loss consultations where I will tell you exactly what is preventing you from losing weight right now. So you have one of 3 types of weight loss resistance. Everyone I've ever worked with has one of these 3. Some have multiples, but you've got one if you don't weigh what you want. So it's a diagnostic call where I'm going to tell you this is why you're stuck. This is how you can move forward. It's extremely valuable. It's only 30 minutes of your time and they're completely free. So I'm going to put the link in the show notes. You can go book that and I will see you on that call. All right. Bye.